Just allow yourself to slow down. Take a few deep breaths. And to get an idea of what releasing is about, you can take a deep breath and just say, ah, on the out breath. And as best you can, just allow yourself to slow down even more and fully arrive in this moment, this here and this now, the only moment you got. And check and see in your experience if there's anything you're trying to push away. It could be a feeling you don't want to feel. It could be something you don't want to happen. It could be a person you want to avoid. It could be all kinds of things. And just feel deeply into that pushing away. Or pushing down. And could you let go of pushing? That's just a question. You can answer it yes or no. And whatever you said, you answered. And you can answer internally or externally. Whatever your answer might be, you might notice a slight relief, a slight sense of lightness. And that's what we are looking for here. And check and see if there's anything you're trying to hold on to. Might be, again, a feeling you don't want to stop. Might be a person you're trying to influence. Might be an event that you want to happen. And could you just feel into that, holding on? Just feel into that even more. And could you let go? Just open up. Let go of holding on. Loosen your grip. And feel into how your life is right now. What's happening for you. And see if there's anything you're wanting to control or change in this moment. Could be a person, could be yourself, could be something you wish were different. And one of the basic tenets of releasing, I see we have new people here, is that wanting is lacking. When you're in the state of wanting, you're affirming that you're lacking the thing you're wanting. And that paradoxically hinders us from getting what we wish for. But it also keeps us unhappy. So feel into that sense of lacking control and wanting to have it. And could you, just could you, let go of that sense of lacking control? Could you loosen your grip? And just answer that question aloud or inside as we go along. And check again and see if there's more of that sense of lacking control and wanting to have it. And could you very gently let go of the sense of lacking control? And this is not an intellectual thing. It's a thing you do more with your heart and with your being. It's a gentle opening. And just check and see if you might feel a little bit lighter, a little bit happier, a little bit more free after having let go. And if you do, could you tune into that feeling? As we go along to the next want. Releasing basically teaches that everything we are wanting in life comes in three categories. The first one is wanting control or wanting change. And the next one is wanting approval. That's wanting love, wanting respect, wanting validation, wanting approval. So check and see if there's any wanting approval present. Could be from a parent, could be from a child, could be from a coworker, a friend, could be wanting your own approval. And could you let go of the sense of wanting approval? Could you let go of lacking approval and wanting to have it? And check again and see if there's more of that sense of lacking approval, lacking love. And could you just open up and let that go? And check and see if you're disapproving of anyone or anything. That includes yourself. And you may ask yourself, does the disapproval help you? Does it help anything to disapprove? And could you just open up and let go of the disapproval? And could you let go of even more of that disapproval? And as you let go of disapproving and wanting approval, you might notice that you are more in touch with giving approval and being loving. So, whatever or whoever you were disapproving of, could you give that person or thing some love and approval? Could you give yourself lots of love and approval just because you are the way you are in this moment? And could you open to being love, your deepest nature? And let's go deeper to the third basic want, wanting safety, wanting security, wanting survival. Might be about politics, might be about health, might be about finances, might be just general sense of anxiety. And just remind yourself that wanting is lacking. So when you're wanting security, you're affirming that you don't have it. So could you let go of wanting security? Just an opening, pouring out of repressed energy. Check and see if there's more of that sense of lacking security and wanting to have it. And could you just open up and let go of that sense of lacking security? And if you check, you might notice that sense of having security, of being safe, is more available. And if you can tune into that, just allow that to fill you up. You might notice a sense of ease, of lightness, of freedom. And if you do, however big or small that feeling is, could you just tune into it and allow it to grow as we listen to the silence? Just allow that sense of lightness, freedom, or happiness. The words are not important. The sense is important. Could you allow that to just guide you and fill you up? And you can now open your eyes if they were closed, and just try and let this energy be with you as we continue the call. And the floor is now open. If anybody has any questions, want to share anything, any insights, any gains, or if anybody wants any releasing assistance on anything in their life. And to raise your hand, there's a button called raise hand in the bottom. It might be in the menu. It might be under the reactions tab or the more tab. And if not, we're just gonna listen to the silence together for a little while. We have somebody raised their hand. We have Maxine. Hello.
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for that opening release. It was really quite wonderful, and the topic of security was absolutely perfect. So thank you for that.
Wonderful.
This is my first time joining your sessions. And
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, actually, I'm relatively new to releasing, new from the standpoint of using a particular vocabulary in
Uh-huh.
terms of releasing, but releasing itself has been going on like forever. But
Beautiful. Okay. Okay.
I'm just so happy to have found this oasis of like-minded people that are releasing intentionally, on a regular basis. So just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to be here.
It's wonderful that you could come as well. We're
Yes, thank
quite
you.
new, so there are not that many people coming yet either. So I'm very happy especially happy for people who come. So
Yes, thank you. I would like some assistance, two things in terms of gains. I'm working on um, my financial abundance, and what's occurring to me as I'm listening to Lester's work more and more via YouTube, which is
uh,
another gain, such a blessing. I mean,
mm,
just the mere fact that the technology makes this all possible for all of us to be connected around the world is a huge, huge gain. Um, and in particular, with respect to Lester's work and message, um, I'm not quite clear, or maybe I am kind of assuming that working on our goals as a way to kind of bring up unfinished business
exactly.
or yes, or these feelings that are blocking and getting in the way, as well as I'm speaking for myself,
Mm,
as well as I've been a meditator all my life. So just really being with the silence is so comforting and has been virtually throughout my adult life. Yet, and in my process of meditation, the goal is not to not to quiet the thoughts that arise on their own. Those thoughts don't belong to me. Maxine herself is not thinking those thoughts.
mm,
So the only time they become um, an issue is when I believe them and attach meaning to them, such as in my life in general.
yeah, yeah,
So
it's very
yeah, so respect to goals, my sense is that Lester is using goal setting as a way to, one, bring up these latent feelings that are operating outside of our consciousness, number one. And number two, I noticed for myself that the thoughts just really refocusing to beingness and the awareness in the present moment helps me to re-experience what's true,
mm,
you know?
mm,
So it's not the goals as I see it, the goals don't give me that lasting joy. I mean, they're great. And,
yeah,
travel, car, blah, 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 all that is fine on top of imperturbability. That
yeah,
seems like to me, the imperturbability comes first and all else will be given or all else. So,
exactly.
um, yeah, so it just kind of feels a little, clearly I'm not the only one, but there definitely is this emphasis around goals. So anyway, with that being said, I'm looking at some of my financial issues that,
Uh,
you know, that things are coming up, and security is definitely one of them. I'm retiring. Maybe I don't know when. Maybe I'm not. Who know? I'm not trying to figure it out. But I'm at the stage of really considering kind of changing the way I show up in the world. And ooh, uh, um, uh, so I have some financial considerations, some fears around uh, my livelihood after I stop work.
Okay.
I do have a certain retirement, but it's definitely won't maintain my current lifestyle.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's where, long story to kind of get to
Sure,
my
sure.
point of needing to release around my fears of financial lack, as well as trying to control and figure it out, and
Uh,
security around it all. So that's a
so
lot. That's a lot.
no problem, no problem. I just want to say we have at least one new person to releasing here, and Lester is Lester Levinson on the picture here, and
Yes.
he's the originator of releasing. And Lester, which is in a way a quick summary of the method he was teaching. And the first step of the 6 steps is you must want freedom, or you can say the original formulation of the first step was you must want freedom more than anything in the world. And Lester also said you can have anything you want provided you first let go of wanting it. So that's the paradoxical nature of this teaching, and fits in perfectly with what you were talking about. So, and I'm going to try to spin this in accordance with our theme for this week, and that is gratitude.
Mm. Okay.
So, so when you focus on your financial situation, what's the first feeling or thought that comes up?
Actually, gratitude.
Okay,
Yes. Mhm.
wonderful. So could you open to being grateful for what you already have?
Yes.
And could you be grateful for what will come in the future?
I'm not so sure that there is a quote unquote future. I
Okay, yeah,
that's
of course, of course. That's
kind of
another, this is just semantics in a way. But of
uh,
course, in a way, there's no future, there's only this moment.
mhm.
So,
And yes, I am. The question definitely is a valid one for me right here, right now.
uh,
Yes,
uh,
look towards after leaving my job. Got it.
uh, uh, uh.
Mhm.
So is there a sense of wanting to know what to do, wanting to control the outcome when you leave?
Well, yes, it's wonderful. Since I've been releasing, I'm not so much trying to control it as I am like taking action on things that come up that are really explorations, really a continuation of my present work. It's just outside the confines of a organization. So I've been just following, things that come up as possibilities. Who knows? I have no idea where it all goes or where it all lands. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
So could you allow it to be okay to not know what's going to happen?
No.
Okay, okay. So can you find any wanting control, wanting security, or wanting approval
Uh-huh.
in that
Yeah,
no?
the control is there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that sense of lacking control, could you just open up and allow that to be released?
Yes.
And check and see if you feel a little bit lighter after having said that, yes.
Absolutely. I'm releasing as we speak. Yes.
Very good, very good. So could you let go of resisting not knowing?
Yes, as best I can.
As best you can, of course, of course. And has there been situations in your life where you have been insecure about what, or not knowing what will happen, but it has still turned out okay?
Not have I been in situations, I intentionally put myself in situations because the outcome in terms of past events has been beyond my wildest dreams, not knowing. So getting
Okay.
out of the way of the mind is where it is what's happening is really great. So the more I can do that, yes,
So
yes,
could you just welcome that chattering mind looking for answers?
mm, no,
So are you resisting the mind?
yes.
So
Well, I
could you,
guess the mind would be open to the idea of the mind not controlling me, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's hard. That's a difficult one for me.
Okay, 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 okay. So just check and see if there's any wanting in relation to that.
Yes, there is.
So could you just allow that wanting to be released?
Wanting the financial security in retirement. Yes.
So can you
Mm,
see that that
mm,
wanting security is a sense of lacking security?
correct.
And could you let go of that sense of lacking security and needing to have it
As best I can.
as best you can? You could even just let go of, see if you can just let go of a tiny little bit of lacking security.
Yes.
And could you let go of just a little bit more, not too much,
Yes.
and just a little bit more?
Yes.
And you can even look around in the room you are in, or in the, or wherever you are right now, and ask yourself if you are safe in this moment.
Yes, I am safe.
So could you open to that sense of safety?
Yes.
And could you open to life or God or beingness or whatever word you want to use, could you open to that protecting you and assisting you and guiding you?
Yes.
And can you get in tune with any sense of okayness in this moment?
Just the question just brought up, it just opened my heart. There's so much joy. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. Mm.
So could you just open up more to that joy you're feeling?
Yes.
And could you allow that joy to get bigger?
Yes.
And could you open to being joyful and being in a friendly universe?
Mm. Yes.
And how are you feeling now?
Wonderful. Like I'm on a cloud.
Okay. So I would suggest just trying to stay in this energy and take it for checking. Because if you attract what you are inside, you're in a very good place now. So could you
Mhm.
just allow that to assist you and guide you, that good space inside?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Good
That's
work.
love. Yeah, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and thank you for raising your hand.
Mhm.
Mm. And then we have Patty. Wait a minute. Just gonna add. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm on a Saturday group in the releasing group in the US and on Saturdays. So
Oh yeah, on Christian's group.
yeah, exactly. I've been releasing for I don't know a couple years, I guess. So
Okay.
but I dropped in here now. Sorry I was late. I couldn't it got complicated, but
No problem. No problem. This is just happy to have you come.
thank you.
Mhm.
So anyway, yeah, I'm I have like some issues right now because okay, my every May seems to be tragedy time here. I'm visiting my home I inherited from my mom, and my sister lives across the street. There's always drama and everything, and I get caught up in it because, I try to help my sister, and I guess when things are happening, you're involved, and so her sort of a boy she took care of in her life, and the man that her partner, their kid, he died at 18, like last week. And so, like, there's all this, of course, drama around it. The father is really kind of well, now he's dealing with it, but it was intense for a while the shock and everything. But I'm just so like uh I'm one of these. I was working on the releasing a couple weeks ago on regrets and so on, and I realized I want to be all knowing and not a know it all.
Okay.
I get the know it all knowing. I lots of suggestions and everything that I think are good suggestions, but nobody really cares about suggestions, So usually, anyway, so I'm just sort of, like I think about this young man a lot. I knew him a little. And so of course it's very, comes in my mind a lot. But I don't want to get caught up, like helping my sister is the main thing here, is to assist my sister.
Okay.
But it's very difficult when, like, I just don't want to get caught up in it, like so bad that my freedom, I was, when in the beginning you said, do you want freedom? You want freedom more than anything, and yes, that's what I want. So I can be, away from it to be in a normal place with it, centered and
Mhm.
grounded in, like, helping my sister instead of being involved in a way that's know it all or not helpful to me.
So what comes up for me is that just an offering. Sometimes we might want, or you might resist something more than you want freedom. So could you let go of resisting the entanglement or the drama that you are describing?
Let go of resisting it? You mean embracing it, you mean, for the moment? Is that what you
Yeah,
meant?
or the best thing is to let go first, and then maybe you're more open to embracing it after you let go of. So if you're feeling a sense of pushing it away, could you let
No,
go?
I'm not really. I don't want to. I want to be. No, I'm not pushing it away. I'm too easy to get involved in all of it.
Okay,
Oh,
I get it, I get it. So feel into that it's too easy to get involved. And instead of wanting approval, or wanting control, or wanting safety.
it's kind of safety, because that just takes my life away when I go there. Then I'm just not for myself anymore.
So could you let go of that sense of lacking safety? And everybody just remember to release along similar episodes in their life.
I had a feeling of it for a second. Now everything gets all, when you start, and then it gets all mixed up that you don't remember what you're thinking even. Like, it's so strange.
So that's no problem. Just go with whatever is the now feeling.
I feel like it's over there. Like, to have safety, I have to make room for myself, kind of. To see it over there. It's not me. It's not me. This stuff is not me.
Mm-hmm. So that sense of lacking your own space.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what is too easy to, like, not be able to discover myself this summer here, where I'm at, instead of being in the drama of the family again. Last year it was a suicide. My mom died a few years ago. So it's always something that's kind of heavy, And so I don't, I want to be supportive, but I don't want to be.
You want to be supportive without being dragged into
Yes.
the turmoil.
Right. To be able to listen and be supportive of my sister, but it's it's a lot, and I know you can't just I'm not walking away. I'll be there, but it's right. It's just very difficult to not get sucked in.
So are you wanting to control all this?
So sometimes that's them a bit know it all instead of all knowing.
But is there a sense of lacking control of this situation?
Yeah, some lacking control.
So,
But it's not my business in a way, that part. So, yeah, I'm struggling between safety and it's approval. It's all those things. My advice is no advice. Try not to do that. Try not to control like what everybody's gonna do. So don't inject myself like with too many ideas. And the bottom is the safety of like my own life, of my own person, to be be able to be independent in my situation, to stay to myself, to be true to myself, to have my freedom in this situation. That's what I'm saying. To have freedom, to have that not be me.
so just try and just feel with your heart or with your being. What is the wanting right now? Are you wanting to control the situation? Are you wanting love and approval? Are you wanting safety? Or if it's all of them, does it feel like it's all of them right now?
Somehow that struggle to untangle, from all of it.
So could you let go of that sense of wanting to untangle, of lacking it? Just
Yeah,
an opening.
I can feel it. I have a better grip on it than I think. In a way, I do feel it's a little separate from me, which is good.
Okay. So could you just allow it to untangle even more? And it's not a mind thing, it's more of a feeling, just a opening. Like,
Yes, yeah, it's opening here.
So could you allow that to open even more?
Yes. There I feel more loving. I want to, express those emotions. That's the ones uh I feel.
Beautiful. So could you open up to that love even more?
Yes.
Could you send some love to all the situations, all the things happening?
Yeah.
And if there's grief coming up or feelings coming up, could you just allow them to come up and out? Good.
I feel, there's so much pain because they're all so unregulated, like
Mm.
no one is helping themselves too much in this, I feel regulated through these helps that I use. So I feel a little separate, but there is, the sadness, you can't help really, except give love and compassion, which is a
Mm,
lot. I know that's my job.
mm. So, I mean, sometimes these situations are coming up to help us grow, even though it might be very difficult when it's happening. So, could you just allow it to entangle even more?
Yes.
And how are you feeling now?
I feel more open to just listening, trying to listen, trying to be there, trying to be present.
So, could you give yourself some love and approval for doing the best you can with all this?
Yes.
Could you open to being good enough?
Yes.
And could you send some love to all the situations?
I mean, it's just personal pain on top of the pain, the world, the genocide, and everything is every day I think about that. It's a lot, to just be able to hold space and to
Mhm. So could you allow that to untangle?
yes.
Very good. Could you allow things to get better?
Yes.
Could you open to finding peace in the midst of all this as best you can?
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
I feel more calm and feel that I'm doing better than my goal for years, I know this from many ceremonies years ago and everything of
Mm.
gotta let go. You can only love them and spend time. You cannot fix or change anybody, and this again is another exercise in that. But I
Mm.
have more tools to help me with, so it's moving.
Sometimes when you come in with a different energy, that will help them change by themselves or help them to come to a better place in themselves. So,
That's true. Yes, when you're regulated and you're not
reactive.
acting too, then it helps the whole. And
Mm. So could you open to being regulated?
yes,
Could you open to your own inner wisdom that will help you through this?
yes,
Could you again open to being good enough and being resilient?
yes.
Very good, very good. So how are you feeling now? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel good. I feel like, uh my job often is to just don't speak, allow the space for them to speak, just allow them around me. I don't have to do anything.
No, sometimes
Have
you
to-
even, yeah, you even change things by not doing anything. You just
Yeah, that works
uh,
better.
uh, uh,
Be an example or just regulate it, just not adding to the chaos can help a lot.
Yeah. So you're in a better place?
Yes, thank you very much.
Beautiful. Okay. Good work. Good work. Very good work. Okay. So I just want to say to everyone that if you want to share any gains you had from releasing or from this meeting, you can go through our website, freeflowreleasing.com. And there's a section called Gains. Where you can report gains or testimonials or whatever, anything like that. I put it in the chat. And there's also a chance to be put on the mailing list, the regular mailing list. And if there's no hands raised right now, I'm going to try to do a little release about gratitude. And I just want to do a little sharing first. And it's important. It's not supposed to fill the mind with more information. This is just pointers. And when you are grateful, you naturally see more of the things that you are grateful for. And this creates a feedback loop, so to speak, so that you find the more things you find to be grateful for, the more things you attract into your life to be grateful for. But of course, that is not always so easy. Life can be very difficult sometimes. So how do we change this? How do we step into gratitude from difficult times? So let's try to do a release around that. So check and see if there's anything you're wanting to change or control in your life. Anything you wish were different. And could you let go of that sense of lacking change, of wanting change in that? And could you let go of wanting to control and change even more? And check and see if there's anything in your life that you are grateful for. And could you feel into that sense of gratitude? And you might even not focus so much on that which you are grateful for, but on the feeling of gratitude itself. And could you allow that sense of gratitude to expand? Could you be open to seeing that everything is dependent on everything else? So this thing might not have happened if anything was different in your life. So could you even, as much as you can, be grateful for the difficult things in life as well? Often there is a gift in the wound. There's a gift in the difficulty as well, if you manage to open up to it. We might not see it yet, but as we step into gratitude, you might open up more to see that gift. So again, remind yourself of that which you are grateful for. Could be grateful for very simple things. And just for having eaten today. Many people don't have food. But could you be grateful for having eaten today? Could you be grateful for having shelter? And feel into that sense of gratitude. There might be a part of the mind that says, but this, but that, but this, but that. And could you let go of that butting mind? Could you just allow it to ramble on? As you tune into that sense of gratitude for just being alive. There's a saying by Camille Sage, and he says, to be born as a human is a rare opportunity. So could you be grateful for this life? Could you let go of wanting to control your life as best you can? Just do this as best you can. And instead you can even open up to allowing your life to lead you, to guide you to what is right. Just feel into that. Could you surrender to the goodness of life? And you might feel that you don't deserve any goodness. Maybe you feel you're not good enough. And could you let go of wanting approval? Could you let go of the sense of not being good enough? Could you open to being good enough in this moment? Could you open to being a unique contribution to the universe? And could you be grateful for being just as you are? As best you can. Again, just do this as best you can. And check and see still if there's some wanting safety, being present, sense of lacking safety, lacking certainty. Can you remember a time when you felt unsafe, but things still went well? Again, could you let go of wanting safety? Just the wanting, the lacking of it. Can you open to being safe in this moment? Can you open to being protected? As best you can again. It's okay if the mind is jumping a little bit around. It's perfectly normal. Could you open to being guided and protected by life? And could you open to being grateful for your life? And if that's difficult, again, sure you can find something you're grateful for. Just feel into that gratitude. And as best you can, step out of your mind. Try to feel the pure feeling of gratitude. And tune into the channel of gratitude. Could you allow that gratitude to take your hand and transform your life? And just give yourself as best you can to that sense of gratitude. So that was my little release on gratitude. I hope that was helpful. And the floor is now open again. If anybody has anything they want to share or need any last minute assistance. And if not, we're going to go into a closing cleanup.
I just want to say thank you for that, just that kind of shift in how we experience gratitude. Usually, I make a list and I go through my day and notice how the cashier smiles at me and hands me my change in my hand. Just little ways of connecting that
Hmm.
I'm very grateful for. But through this release, just tapping into that sense of gratitude for
Hmm.
no apparent reason, just because I'm alive.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm able to even experience gratitude without anything happening per
Oh,
se. Yeah, so such a gift. Yeah, so
it's pretty
that's
beautiful.
gain. I get it.
Thank
Yeah. So no, thank you.
you. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that sharing. Beautiful. That's it. It reminds me of a book. Just the title of a book is called The Inside Out Revolution. Because normally we are living life from the outside in, but it's also possible to live it from the inside out. And that's where the true power lies, I think. So, developing radical gratitude and just doing that as best as we can, of course. It's always, things always go up and down, so it's not always 100%. So, looks like we're going to go into a little short closing cleanup. Um, so, just allow yourself to slow down even more. And allow yourself to tune into this moment where you are. See if there's anything you're wanting to change or control right now. Maybe something that happened on the call. Could be something you're going to do after the call. Could you let go of wanting control, sense of lacking it? Could you let go of wanting control even more? Could you open to life taking care of itself? Not in a passive way, but as in doing effortlessly what is needed when it's needed. Could you let go even more of that want for control? and open to trusting life. Check and see if there's any sense of lacking love. Could you allow that to go? This exploration of what's there when you let go. Could you let go of lacking love even more? And even more. And when you let go of that, the lacking love, the wanting love, you might notice that love was there all along. Not outside you, it's inside you. It's not something you have to barter for. It's your nature. So could you open to love, open to gratefulness, and to loving your life? Check and see if there's any sense of lacking safety, certainty, lacking security, anxiousness. And again, you might check around you and see, are you safe right now? So could you let go of lacking safety? Could you just allow yourself to be safe? Could you open up as best you can to this moment being okay? To this moment being good? Could you open up as best you can to yourself being okay? To being whole and complete, just as you are. Just allow yourself to be immersed in that okayness as best you can. Thank you. And you're all most welcome to come next week. There's a Facebook group you can join called Free Flow Releasing. And yeah, feel free to report again on the webpage freeflowreleasing.com. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. It was wonderful. Just
Thank you so much.
wonderful. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.